and you're calling the home day game for the number 2 overall team in the AFC right now, the New England Patriots. I've got a diehard Patriot fan and Chris Brockman in the studio. Chris, do you want to let Schlereth know when the Duck Boat Parade is prior to this weekend's game?
Yeah. See,
Browns?
Mark, here's the deal. All the workers are gathering up around Boston. They're changing out the spark plugs. They're replacing the oil. They're making sure everything's well lubed because the Duck Boats are back in about...
What is it?
It's October, 4 months.
I thought it's this weekend. Isn't it this weekend?
Well, we got to play the season first. Okay. I mean, it's only customary.
Interesting, Mark. I mean, it's all working. They just went 3 straight on the road. They won all 3 of them. Every last one of them.
I don't like your tone, Rich Eisen.
Yeah, they probably ought to be undefeated. You look at their first 3 weeks of the season. I mean, they should have beat Pittsburgh, and self-inflicted wounds. I mean, that's a 21-14 game. They had ample opportunity, red zone turnovers. They had 5 different turnovers. They were -4 in turnover differential. The first 3 weeks of the season, they were like 30th in penalties. So they had taken a bunch of penalties, made a bunch of mistakes. Easily could have won those 2 games. And I'm telling you, they have played exceptional football under Mike Vrabel. And Mike Vrabel is just one of those dudes, man, that you watch him after they get a win. He's out there in the tunnel, dapping up all his guys, hugging and loving on all his guys. He's a demanding dude, right? He demands greatness in practice. He's a grinder that way. But, man, they are playing hard for him. They've got his respect. And that guy right there, Drake Maye.
He's awesome.
I don't know that there's anybody playing any better than that dude right now. He has been lights out, and it's a really fun team to watch, which, I think over the last 2 years, they went 4-13, 4-13, and now they're sitting at 5-2 and in first place in their division and having a win over the Buffalo Bills. It's amazing what they've been able to do in New England.
Well, we'll see what he does, May, in terms of a playoff run and making the playoffs, which I believe the Patriots are in line to do right now. And depending on how far he goes, you could put him up there if he goes as deep as Jaden Daniels did last year, the way that Jaden Daniels is having an injury-marred second season, that May is having the best first 2 years of that draft class. In terms of Caleb, in terms of, Penix, in terms of Bo Nix, who's been terrific. But as you pointed out at the beginning of this conversation, up and down with a lot of down. And J.J. McCarthy, we're still waiting on. I mean, May has been spectacular.
He certainly has. It's really interesting, too, because there are those guys that over the course of their careers have just proven to be unbelievable coordinators or coaches in that regard, and then get to have that opportunity to be a head coach, and for whatever reason, it doesn't go well. And Josh McDaniels is in that realm. And it was really interesting. Last time I sat down with Josh McDaniels was a Carolina game, and they waxed the floor with the Carolina Panthers. And just talking to him about his year off, Rich, and all right, well, what'd you do after the Raiders fired you your year off? And he's like, man, I got a notebook with 78 pages of notes. I went to the Kansas City Chiefs training camp. I went to the Houston Texans training camp. There's another one in there that he went to. And then he said, I went to Ohio State, and I'm just seeing how people run their offense, how people run their team meetings, how people run their offseason, and just learned as much as I could possibly learn in my year off. And you go back to his year as a coordinator with Mac Jones and how well Mac Jones played. And then all of a sudden, Mac Jones was lost in the desert. And now he's back with Kyle Shanahan playing really good football. It just matters who coaches you. It matters, who's giving you the message and who's tutoring you in the game and allowing you to grow as a player and allowing you to understand the game at a more global level. And you can say what you want about his head coaching career, but man, that guy's one hell of an offensive coordinator.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.